Hey guys, just want to apologize in advance for my bad audio during like the first probably 6 minutes of this episode. So the cold open, I had my mic input turned up all the way to 100, so that's why it just sounds really bad and horrible. I tried to turn the gain down so it's not like too bad. It's just bad audio, but I fixed it for the rest of the episode. So, yeah. Thanks. Enjoy this one. Peace.
Hey, Evangeline.
Hey, Sophia. What's up?
You know what I did last week?
Nope.
So, sit down. Let me tell you a little story. I met someone, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was cheesed to meet them. Absolutely cheesed.
Wow. Okay.
Cheese. Cheddar cheese, if you will.
Gouda?
Maybe even a little bit Gouda.
A little bit of
The
mozzarella?
authorities. You see, the authorities
Uh-huh.
cannot link me to their disappearance.
Oh.
So, what do I
Huh.
do?
Yeah, I'm really interested.
I skip town.
You know what? Dude, you want to know what I
Yeah.
did last weekend?
What did you do?
I met someone too.
Oh.
Uh, yeah, oh. Oh. And I
Continue.
was I will continue. And I was cheesed. I was melted, gooey, brie cheese to meet them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
And then
here's
what
the thing.
happened?
Here's the kicker. The authorities cannot link me to their disappearance.
So what do you do?
Well, I skipped town. Man, I skipped town.
You know what? This is reminding me of the time when I was in like middle school. I met someone. And I was goat cheese with blackberry jam cheesed to meet them.
That sounds pretty cheese, Sophia. That sounds pretty cheese
I
and
was
good.
so cheesed. The authorities, however, could not link me to their disappearance. So what do I
Yeah.
do? I skip town.
Whoa.
And you know what happens?
What happens?
I meet someone. I am
Wait,
so
Sophia, I gotta stop you
cheesed.
there. Can
What?
I just okay. So
Wait,
like
what's up?
when I was like 15 years old, okay?
Yeah?
15 years, sophomore year, or something like that. I met someone.
Oh, you met someone.
Yeah.
Tell me
And
about them.
I was that like nice, crispy on some pizza crust, cheesed.
Ooh.
That kind of cheese
Ooh.
to meet
That's
them.
real cheese.
You telling me, you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, here's the spinneroonie.
The spinneroonie. Ooh, do tell me more. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I will. I won't leave you hanging. I won't leave you hanging. The authorities cannot link me to their disappearance. So,
So,
I gotta do the good old. Had to skip town.
did you skip town? Oh,
I sure did.
where'd you go?
You know what? It was a pretty crazy week, so I don't even remember. 15 years old, crazy,
You don't remember where you went? You know what? This reminds me of the time I was in New York.
New
I was going down
York?
Soho.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I was going down. I was going down Soho, you know, them artsy types.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened?
What happened?
I met someone.
Dude, no way.
And I was cheesed. And I mean like cheesy garlic bread cheese to meet them. They were perfect. They were
Wait, I'm
funny.
sorry. You have to hold it. You have to hold it right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheesy garlic bread cheesed?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're being serious.
This is the real deal. Like, I was cheesed to meet them. They were perfect. They were wonderful.
Dude, oh wow. Good for you.
But here's the thing. You know, it's New York. It's Soho. The authorities, once again, cannot link me to their disappearance. So what do I do?
Beats me.
Beats me too.
How about a magic trick?
Howdy, howdy, everyone. Welcome back to the pod. Episode 16, I think. I've got my Dutch Bros. I'm vibing. What?
Wait, so... No. I meant to play that before you even said anything. That's what I said.
I did not understand that.
I said, let me play
can play
this,
your little
and then you
thing.
can do your intro.
All right.
No, I mean, it's fine. You already did. I think it's funnier that...
Play your little thing. Share with the class.
No, I did.
All right,
It
cool.
was playing while you were doing the intro, so, like, let's just get on with it.
All right. Welcome back, everyone.
Yep.
We're off for break. Not really break, aka I was just having a crisis.
Yeah.
It was on me.
And we were kind of,
not
like, back to
having
episode 1 with tech issues, so...
Yeah, but we're back. I hope everyone's doing okay. I got my Dutch Bros. I'm doing good. How are you? How are you, Evangeline?
I'm good. Speaking of Dutch Bros, do I have a story to tell? Um,
Oh boy. Should we explain with what Dutch Bros is for our 2 listeners that don't live in the US?
I mean, they can look it up. I mean, it's just like the coffee. It's just a popular, overpriced coffee store.
Yeah, and they have like all their drinks are like sugar filled. In fact, I'm having one right now.
Yeah.
But Evangeline has a little story for us.
Yeah. By the way, Dutch Bros like started out as a West Coast thing, so like they're mainly on the West Coast. They're kind of like in and out, which also if you're not an American or a Californian, like you won't understand that. But if you do know what in and out is, Dutch Bros is basically the in and out of the coffee supply chain. I don't
Yeah.
that's not the correct term. But anyways,
A chain. Just a chain.
yeah. Yeah. So a couple nights ago, I got invited to this birthday dinner. And if for some reason this episode or this channel ever blows up and the people at this event know what I'm talking about, this is in no way meant to be like a diss. You seemed like fine people, but I just thought what happened was funny. Um so I go there and they're all like a part of a group. I don't want to get too specific because I don't want like some weird confrontation to happen. So they're a part of a, let's just call it a group of females.
Yeah.
Or you know what, they can be non-binary. I'm just saying like I'm assuming they are, which whatever, not the point.
Evangeline, you're being kind of
Stop.
I don't know, man.
Stop. You don't even know, so shut up. Okay.
All right, I'm quiet.
Anyways, so they're talking. I'm not a part of this group of females.
Oh,
The
you're not
club
like
or whatever.
other girls.
Okay, I didn't mean it like that, but
Sure you
I was
didn't.
not a part of that regular group. So what ended up happening is that like for most of this dinner, I was very like removed from the conversation, which I'm fine with. Like, when people ask you something, but they expect you to say yes? Like one of those things.
Yeah.
So they basically asked me, like, you like Dutch Bros? You like Dutch Bros? And I was like, no. And then they go, have you been to Dutch Bros? And then I said no. And the crowd went wild. They went wild. It was, and this has happened to me before. If I had a dime for every time this happened to me before, it would be two, or it's a nickel. I would have two nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice in two different states, which I was surprised by because there's like one Dutch Bros here in New Mexico, at least where I am.
And there is a Dutch Bro at almost there's one near every single high school in my area.
There
So.
is. It's like you can't get away from it in California, at least where we live, but I'm assuming California. And so the last time this happened to me, I was kind of like in a rush to go somewhere so I could get out of the conversation easily. It was just a bunch of girls like hounding me about why I didn't like Dutch Bros, and I was just like, I don't know, like I don't want to go. Like honestly at that point, like I thought they were going to kidnap me and like put me in the trunk of their car and like shove whatever like weird Red Bull caffeine thing that was like going on at that time down my throat. It was bizarre. So,
Said.
what?
That's what she said.
So,
Continue.
um, so these people at this dinner, so this one person goes, well, I need to take you. You have to go. And I was like, no, I'm all right. And they're just like, why? Like, the thought of me just like not going to a coffee store was so appalling. I don't know. Again, nice people. It was just, I was just like, no, I don't want to go. Like,
I don't get it because listen, I like Dutch Bros, but it's not like anything mind blowing. It's not like the
yeah.
best coffee or like and weird slushy energy drinks you're ever gonna get. It's the
And I don't
concept is
even like coffee or energy drinks. So, like, why would I go? You know?
I don't know. The point.
Like, so then, having this be the second time that this happens, and they're not gonna let it go, and they're just like, why don't you like it? So I just go on this, like, conspiracy theory tirade, and I'm just like, okay, Sophia, let's role play here. You're the person who's like a diehard Dutch Bros fanatic, and I'm me. So, scene, yeah, action.
What? Wait, what's my line? What's gonna be my line? Give me
I
something
don't
to
know,
start.
just be like a crazy Dutch Bros person. Sorry, they're not crazy. I was just saying that.
Okay, so like I went to Dutch Bros yesterday, and like honestly, like they forgot to put the soft top on my Rebel, but like that's totally fine because like honestly, it's Dutch Bros. Have you ever had Dutch Bros?
Nope.
You've never had Dutch Bros? Oh my god, you need to go. Like you
No,
need to
no,
go.
no, I'm okay.
You need to
That's
go.
all right.
You don't understand. It's everyone likes Dutch Bros. Like you need to go.
I'm good. I'm good.
Why not? Like it's Dutch.
Uh, actually, I think Dutch Bros is a whole marketing scam, employed to prey on minors because it seems to be that Dutch Bros locations are always located around and near high schools, and it's really just a disgusting marketing ploy to collect teenagers money that they don't know like what they're doing with. So that's why I don't really like Dutch Bros. I just really think it's a whole marketing scam, and it's really gross and disgusting.
Geez, you must be fun at parties.
Look, I obviously I don't actually think that. Oh, sorry, scene. Um, but I don't actually think that. I mean, I do think it's kind of weird that they're always near high schools, but I guess smart. I don't know. But I just went on a whole and they just went, "Oh, interesting." And then they
You're
just
never
went back to their conversation. It was like, okay.
Sorry, that's just the only thing in my head. It was like, wow, you must be fun at parties. But you
Yeah.
are fun at parties. Parties I went. I don't. Well, no, yeah. We just
What parties did I go to?
school-related ones.
Yeah, okay. I would not classify a class party as a party.
But
That's
I mean, other than that, I don't know.
no, I was not seen at a party. So yeah, that was my little story for this week. Yeah, but that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like when people do that. Oh geez. I'm not a smoker, I promise. Wait a second. Okay, back. But yeah, that's just a pet peeve of mine when there's a popular thing and then people are outraged that you didn't do said popular thing. And it's I don't think I'm cool because I didn't go to Dutch Bros. I just I didn't want to go. I don't have some weird ulterior motive. I mean, now they think I have some weird ulterior motive, but I'm fine with that.
As long as you don't paint yourself as being superior, I don't think there's a problem
Yeah.
with it.
Well, actually, you know what? I think I am better than you, so
Oh, you go choke on a rock or something.
you know, I
But,
would, but I'd like to make a movie or two first. So I I heard you went to a show.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
what show?
John Mulaney was in
Wow.
town, and I went to go see him, and it was really good. It was really funny. But it's John Mulaney, you know. There was
Yeah.
there was two opening acts. I don't remember the first guy's name, but the second one was Ricky Valdez, and he was so fine. That man was gorgeous.
Jesus.
But he had some good jokes too. Um and then there's the two opening acts, and then John Mulaney came on stage, and I was like, I
Wait,
had
what's
a
this guy's
moment where I
name?
was like, what?
What's this guy's name?
Ricky Valdez.
Valadez or Valdez?
Valdez.
Oh, I thought you said Valadez, and I I was a little confused because
No,
Ricky
Valdez.
Valadez is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And one of his
He's
top
a
songs
Mormon?
is Huh?
A Mormon?
Yeah, I was a little confused there, but you clarified it, so it's not that Ricky Valadez. Go on.
Well, it was him, and then John Mulaney came on stage. He made a couple of jokes about my city. I'm not gonna name it, but he was like, "You guys have everything here. You guys have the Capitol and a Nordstrom rack," and I've been thinking about that ever since.
Yeah, there is nothing there except for corrupt politicians.
Yeah,
Um,
and he was like, "I was standing on the roof with my tour guide, the roof of the venue, and I saw a
your
bridge." And
tour guide?
huh?
Your tour guide?
Yeah, he apparently had a tour guide.
Oh, John Mulaney. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not me.
I was why do you?
No, he was telling how he was standing on the roof with his tour guide, and he asked what the bridge was, and the tour guide just went, "Oh, that's just the bridge. It separates downtown to the west side of the
Yeah.
city."
Yeah, we
He's
got
like,
a
"Oh,
bridge, a dirty
there's
river.
gotta be." Yeah. Oh, that river's
I
so
don't think we
dirty.
can say where we are though, because I mean, that's pretty broad, you know? Like, we literally have, like,
I mean,
west and south and parts of our
figure
city.
it out. If you guys are really that interested in figuring out where I live, just do it. No, I went to the historic district with my dad not that long ago, and that river is so dirty. Ugh. But yeah, he started out with a couple of jokes about our city, and then he was like talking about his intervention and rehab and his son. And
Yeah,
I
what's
was
up
like,
with that?
he has a son now.
Well, I know he has a son, but, like, is he still married to Olivia Munn?
Well, he's not married.
Oh, well, okay, sorry, no, I
He
meant,
referred
yeah.
to Olivia as his girlfriend.
Oh, okay,
He
so they
referred
didn't
to
break up.
no. So I'm like, did they break up and then get back together, or was that whole breakup thing like
Yeah.
some like I don't know, but I one of my favorite like parts of the show was he was talking about how his friend staged like his intervention, and one of his first thoughts was, why is Seth Meyers here? And I thought that was hilarious. And another part was that when you stage an intervention, usually the people who are staging it like write a letter like saying how the person's addiction or disorder or whatever is affecting their relationship, and they decided not to do that because he already had like such a tough couple of months. So they were gonna be like, we love you and we're worried about you and we want what's best for you. But Nick Kroll did not get CC'd in that email. So Nick Kroll just showed up with like just a list of just, I wouldn't say grievances, but he was like, Johnny, I'm disappointed in you. And I've been thinking about that. Um, but yeah, he just talked about his life, and he does this thing. I don't know if any of you guys, the two people who are listening to this, watch John Mulaney specials, but sometimes he picks someone out in the crowd, and he picked out some random 13-year-old named Noah,
Oh, no.
and he kept coming back.
Yeah, rip to Noah.
And he like ended the show with like, Noah, I want to give you two pieces of advice. Advice number one, which I thought was very like it was good advice. He was like, happiness is never going to come from an external factor. It's always going to come from within you. Like, you will never get happiness from another person, from substances, from your job. It's always going to come from within. And advice number two, don't vape, smoke cigarettes like a real man.
Oh,
And then
I feel like that's a little contradicting, but
I know. And then he read an interview that he doesn't remember giving or doesn't remember like doing. And then the show ended and it was chef's kiss. John
I
Mulaney
just
just has
realized you
this.
probably shouldn't have just gone through his set.
Well, what do you
But
mean?
I mean, it's too late. No, I just meant like for people who might go to it.
You can find clips on YouTube. It's plus I
Well,
didn't.
yeah, but I mean, like if people bought tickets, like kind of thing.
Listen, I didn't explain all his bits. You actually got to listen to his bits.
Okay, and that's fair. We actually have 7 estimated audience members.
We have 7 now?
Yeah. But 1 unique listener. I
Or
don't
did we
really
always?
get the difference between that, but
All right, whatever. Well, but it was really nice. Apparently John Mulaney actually really likes my city, and he's been here like a lot of times before, which was surprising. Because no one ever talks about my city. It's all about LA, Berkeley, and like a couple others, but never my city.
you do realize we did just dox ourselves by you literally said John Mulaney said you got the capital.
Yeah, figure that out.
What do you mean figure that out?
Figure it out. If it's such,
I
if
said
they
we
really
live in
want.
California, it's the capital.
Yeah, but it's a wide town. It's a big town. Not really.
Okay, so can I
Whatever.
just say like the city?
Do you want me to say it?
City reveal?
Do you want me to say it? You don't live here anymore, so I'm only putting myself in trouble.
Okay. Say it.
City reveal. I live in Sacramento.
Yeah, city reveal. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, that's the point of why it's the capital, because like they didn't want
Yeah.
people finding
I
it.
actually don't
Which
understand why we're the capital.
what?
I don't understand why Sacramento's the capital.
Because they didn't want it to be a big city.
Oh,
Even though now
seriously?
we're like a really big city. Yeah, because they were originally going to do like San Francisco or something like that in like the Bay Area or the Valley, but then they did like Sacramento because it was lesser known, so they didn't want people to like attack it or something.
Oh. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
But I had a very good
Yeah, that's
I love that man so much. He
how is
doesn't
it like set up though? Because I cannot imagine like that arena being set up for a
Okay.
comedy special.
So, do you know what the arena looks like?
Yeah,
Okay. So what happened was the like so usually like, you have that whole section and then it's usually the basketball court in the middle.
yeah.
They cut it in half and basically set up the stage in a way that like made it seem like do you know what I mean? They basically just cut the arena in half.
Oh, so it wasn't like a full, like a
No.
filled audience. Were the
Well,
people
in the upper
in the
level?
upper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But like he wasn't like in the center. It was like, it looked like a regular stage.
Hmm. Okay. I guess I
I
just
had
have to like look up pictures, but
I had lower side seats. I wish I sat on the floor, but
no, those are like super expensive.
yeah. But I had a good time. My friend's gonna print out my ticket so I can put it in my phone case. And yeah, it was super good. John, I love you. You don't know who I am, but I love you.
Yeah, because he's definitely listening to this.
um, that might. I know he's kind of a controversial figure, but you know what? Ewan McGregor also cheated on his wife, so
That's very true. Well,
we
John
can't.
Mulaney didn't really cheat on his wife. I mean, he's just really like he dumped her and then left her and then found another person.
Yeah,
That's assumption, but I
and that's not any better, but
like it's not cheating, you know?
Ewan McGregor cheated on his wife
No, he on his
with
daughter's birthday. Um,
with Ramona Flowers. Okay, I don't want to hear
yeah.
it from anyone.
Now they have a
This is
kid.
coming
That was so shocking. I literally just found that out a couple weeks ago or a week. I don't know.
from me being an Obi-Wan stan, though.
Well, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You know?
What am
What
I
are you
gonna
gonna
do?
do? Like
People.
Quentin Tarantino is my second favorite director. What are you gonna do?
Oh,
Like,
sorry. You like Quentin Tarantino, but my other film friend doesn't. I have two film friends now. Can you believe
what
it?
your other film friend doesn't like him or doesn't like his movies? You sound like you just dunked your mic in water. What did you just say?
He likes John Hughes.
Well, I mean, usually film people don't just like one director, like they just he threw all the other ones out. Like he's like, I only watch John Hughes. Like
Well, no, but like when I asked him, he was like, "I like John Hughes because Ferris Bueller's Day Off is his favorite movie."
oh, so he didn't outright say I don't like Quentin Tarantino. You just made that assumption because you
No, because I said, "If you like Quentin Tarantino, I'm gonna punch you right now," and he said no, which maybe my response to that affected.
well, like, okay, here's the thing though. Like, there's a difference between liking the person and liking their films. Like, I don't particularly like
Again,
Tarantino. I think he's kind of a weird person. Although I do really respect his knowledge on film. Like, that dude is like the core definition of what a cinephile is, which is really cool. But the whole like, we all know the weird things that he's done and whatever. But like, his films are another thing.
but Evangeline, you know what the thing is?
What?
You are my friend, and
Uh huh.
we understand each other on a level. All right,
Uh huh.
this man is a straight dude.
Oh my
There's
god.
a difference. There's a difference. I'm sorry. There's a difference.
There, okay,
Don't look at me like
actually,
that.
don't. We're not even on camera.
We we don't even have our cameras on, but I know you're looking at me a certain way.
I mean, I kind of like pinched like my nose like in disappointment, but
I know what you
that
look
sounded like
like.
I wrote like a Wattpad line or something. I pinched the bridge
Well,
of my nose in disappointment.
well, hi, Loki.
But
My cat is
actually,
scared me.
all of my all of my favorite directors, my top three, because I feel like favorite means like top three. I don't know. I just feel like that's inherent, but they're all. I mean, this really doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't pick directors based on their gender and their race. It just happened to be this way. But my top three directors in order are Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, and Paul Thomas Anderson, which are all straight white dudes, but they make really good films. So I'm like, I don't want to get labeled as a film bro because I know that's like a whole nother breed of things. Because I feel like those are people that take the meaning of movies in like the entirely wrong way. But I'm also a film bro, so like
And
lightly.
do not come at me for film advice. I literally only watch Marvel.
Yeah. You know, I finished. It's kind of weird. Like, I didn't watch all of my like favorite directors' films before like saying those are my favorite directors, which is probably like not the right way to do that, but oh well. But today I finished. Well, I didn't finish their entire filmography because that would insinuate that I watched every single one of their short films, deleted scenes, documentaries. I just watched all of their feature films. So I finished all of those today with Phantom Thread, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, released in 2017 or 2018. Um, I have never experienced a movie that makes me feel like something like so strong in my stomach, and I mean that like in the best way possible. Like I don't know if you ever watched a movie, but like I was just like laying down on my bed watching it, had my lights turned off, and I it was the cinematography and the music from Johnny Greenwood, and also Paul Thomas Anderson did his own cinematography on that movie, which I think was like the first time that he did that, which I think is really cool. Um but like I just felt like floaty. Like not like faint or anything, but just like floaty. Like my stomach was just filled with like clouds or something. And that was just such a, not to sound pretentious, but I've never described a film like this. And I'm gonna use the word, and I hope it doesn't make people cringe, and it probably will. But that movie was decadent. Decadent. I have never used that word to describe
Ugh.
a movie, but I will use that word to
Okay.
describe Phantom Thread. And if you've watched it, if you've really watched it, I'm 99% sure you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's so good.
Evangeline, it just sounds like a warning.
What? I
Good
mean,
morning.
yeah, for films,
For a
sure.
movie.
Yeah, for a movie. But I mean, like, like, Sophia, I'm not, like, I know I tell you to watch these movies and you don't watch them, but, like,
They're on a
watch.
list. They're on a list. I will watch them eventually. I
Okay.
promise.
Well, add this one, Phantom Thread, to your list. Because it's good. Like, and it takes place in 1950s, like, Britain. Like, England. Who would have thought I would have liked that movie?
British people?
Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, the fact that I liked that movie, like, enjoyed it, says a lot about it. So, it's a good film, Phantom Thread. And there is something so saddening about finishing a director's filmography because it's like you have to wait another few years for them to even release another movie. Which Christopher Nolan is coming out with Oppenheimer in 2023. And I don't know when Quentin Tarantino is coming out with his last film. His last film that makes me so sad, which is supposed to be Kill Bill Volume 3, allegedly, rumored. That's supposed to be his last film. And then Paul Thomas Anderson just released Licorice Pizza. But yeah, that's my movie spiel for this episode.
Don't ask me for movie stuff because I only watch Marvel and Star Wars. That's about it.
Well, that's not true. You watch other stuff.
And occasionally, well, only if someone's like, you should really watch this. And then maybe I watch it. Like, I watched Atlanta. Chef's Kiss show. Love that show. Genius.
But I feel
other
like you
than that,
watch.
yeah.
Well, the shows are like different. I don't know. And if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Isn't that right, Sophia?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And it has everything you need all in one place. Let us explain.
Anchor has tools that allow you to record and get this, edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Wow. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms, not just one listening platform, but many listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many, muchas más.
It is everything, and I mean everything you need to make a podcast all in one place.
And best of all, I know us Americans love this word. Anchor is totally FREE free. Let me repeat that. FREE free.
That's right, folks. It is completely free, so go download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. I mean, hey, we use it.
So why shouldn't you? And again, that's anchor.fm to get started, or the Anchor app, which is on your device, your device of choice. Back to the episode.
But speaking of Marvel, Moon Knight has been on our talking points for like a good 4 episodes, but we just never got to it.
Yeah, well, because we
But-
didn't record for the past 2 weeks, so it's just been on there. But it's pretty good. I'm surprised.
But
I'm surprised.
I liked it. The first 2 episodes are out at the time we are recording this.
Yep.
And the CGI is a little bit dodgy in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean they're spreading like a Marvel movie budget across 6 episodes, so I get why it's not like up to par.
Yeah, like when spoilers by the way. Spoilers for the first 2 episodes. In the second episode when Mark was grabbing like the little moon emblems off his chest, like little weapons.
Yeah.
It looked so weird. And the what is it called? Is it a jackal?
The jackal? Yeah.
Yeah, the jackal. Yeah, that was very dodgy in my opinion. But I like the story, and I think they're gonna catch some flack with how they're depicting alters talking to each other. In the realm of DAD or dissociative personality, or no, dissociative identity disorder. Yeah. Because when alters talk, it's not like they're physically talking; they talk, in the headspace. But I feel like this is the only way you can visually depict 2 alters talking to each other, and I really like how they're doing.
Yeah, and also like I think in this case as well, it's supposed to, and this could be entirely offensive to that community, but there's also like a mystical like element to it. So I think that's also why there's that mirror talking like element on it, just because it's not just Mark Spector having his alter like Stephen Grant, it's him also being an avatar for Khonshu, like this mythological being. So I think there's just like a lot of elements that are getting mixed together. and again, like, we don't have DID, so I guess we can't really say, but in my opinion, it doesn't feel, like, exploitative
Yeah.
or, like, offensive.
No, because it's not like Mark is crazy or whatever because of his DID. He's crazy because he has a literal Egyptian god living in his head. That's what makes him a little bit unhinged, not the DID. I also
Yeah,
want to.
and also another thing I do like that they did well with this because in shoot, was it was it Iron Fist or it was one of the Defenders shows. Mary,
Uh,
she had like DID or something. Mary Walker and Iron Fist. I can't believe
is
I got that right. But she had DID and like the
continue.
whole thing
Yeah.
was kind of like I don't think that was done well because it very much was like, oh, this nice, Mary, whatever. And then, like, she becomes an unhinged, like, killer without morals. Like, that's her alter. Again, I haven't watched it in a while, so maybe I
Mm-hmm.
got that completely wrong, but I just don't think it was done as well as the whole Stephen Grant Mark Spector duality is going because Mark seems to have like morals, like he seems to have like personal attachments in it. It's not just like, oh, cute, ooh woo, Stephen Grant, and then like Mark Spector, oh, he's just like a sociopath or whatever, which is fine if you have that. But I mean, like, it usually
Yeah.
like in shows when they depict that kind of nature, it's very just like one note kind of thing. And I don't think that's what's
It's
happening in this.
just a very common trope. I would also I I love how Oscar Isaac acts in this show.
Yeah.
By his demeanor, you can very obviously tell when it's Stephen Grant or when it's Mark Spector. Like it's just I love it, and I love just the characterization of both Mark and Steven, and I'm really excited to see how the show goes. I like it so far.
Yeah, I think what's happening, I hope I haven't said this already on this podcast, but I think what's happening and why I'm enjoying the TV shows a lot more than the movies that they're putting out is because what I think is happening is that the movies are getting a lot more studio attention. And when I mean studio, I mean like Disney executives, like the suits, not Kevin Feige. Like if I say corporate, I don't mean Kevin Feige, I mean like Disney. So I
Yeah,
think this movies are getting a lot more attention from them than the TV shows are. So I feel like the TV shows and those directors and those creatives behind those TV shows are getting a lot more creative freedom to do what they want rather than the Marvel movies, which I feel like in comparison almost feel like suffocated by studio notes. Um
yeah,
so yeah.
but I really like where this show is going, and I I wonder if I know in the comics Moon Knight and Spider-Man, they're buddy buddy. I wonder if they're gonna do any of that in the MCU. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I don't know because Oscar Isaac, he's like the first person to not have a lengthy contract. Like that was the only way he was gonna be on board to do this. So he's really not obligated to do anything else. I'm sure he would. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Oscar Isaac is a very selective person. Um, and you can see that in his
Also,
acting. Like that's not, yeah, but yeah,
wait,
go on.
have you seen his quote about that one scene where he's in Egypt?
The ending of episode 2?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
did you see his like little quote about it?
No.
Okay, I just pulled this up. Quote: I didn't know the fans called me daddy, but that's okay. They
Oh.
can call me daddy if they want to. I don't mind. End quote. I saw that this morning.
You know what? That is the second time I've seen like a person in the public eye say that, because I mean this is so like off topic of Marvel, but I was reading this interview from the Hollywood Reporter about Matthew Rosengart, who's Britney Spears' current lawyer, and they interviewed him, and the whole like Britney fan base, the B Army, we've been calling him like Rosenzaddy and all this stuff on Twitter. Like, and I'm not on Twitter, but I mean like just in general. And he doesn't have like social media or anything. So in the interview, he was saying like the interviewer asked him like, have you seen all the memes regarding you? Because he's a very like beloved figure in like the community now. And he's like, yeah, my friend sent me it. I had to look up what zaddy meant. And I was just thinking, oh no, this poor lawyer, this decorated lawyer, had to look up what zaddy meant because of our dumbasses. Like,
This man
I was
went to
mortified. Like,
he went to law school. He passed the bar exam. He has his own practice. He is defending Britney Spears. He looked up what zaddy meant.
he's a former federal prosecutor. Like, in trial, a former trial attorney for the United States DOJ. Like, and he had to look up what zaddy meant.
You know what?
I'm so sorry, Matthew.
At least
I'm
zaddy
so
makes
sorry, Mr. Rosengart, Esquire.
Also, I would like to share one of my favorite quotes from Moon Knight to get back on the
Go
topic.
for it.
When Mr. Knight emerges.
Oh yeah.
And Steven goes,
that was done well.
"Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name's Steven with a V." I was just like, yeah, keep on trucking, little man. Let's go. I just
I
sounded
think
like
what-
my econ teacher. Ugh.
I also think another thing that's underrated about Oscar's performance, because I think a lot of people obviously like just like focus on the face, like, which is an important part of acting, but I think the physicality he's done an amazing job at. Like, I think that's something very hard to do. I'm not an actor or anything, but just like having watched so many like TV shows and movies and all this stuff, I think Oscar Isaac has really nailed like the duality of those two like physicalities of those two characters. And really like more like three characters in a way, because he has to, because I feel like Mark Spector is really a different person from Moon Knight, because Moon Knight is the product of like Khonshu telling him what to do. So I think having to like master all those three like physicalities, because physical movements tell a lot about a person, those body language videos or whatever. But I think that's something that's pretty underrated. I saw one person point out the like little arm flap that Mr. Knight does when he does like the superhero landing, and I just thought that was such like a nice detail that I don't know if the director did that or Oscar did that on his own, but that was just like, that's like just such good acting, and really like kudos to him for mastering that.
Overall, good show. Not mid, in my opinion.
No, it's I don't think it's gonna top Falcon or WandaVision for me, but it definitely tops Loki. Already.
So tops Loki. I'm sorry, Loki is. I have my opinions. I have my opinions about that show.
It's like, it's not even that the show was bad, because to say that it was bad would have to mean that it was like on the same level as Eternals, and I don't really want to put it on that level. It was just, it wasn't executed well towards the end, and I don't like, that's the reason why I don't want to call it bad, because it had a really strong start. Like on every level. And like Tom Hiddleston, like all the actors Like, their acting really carried through. I thought the direction for the most part carried through, but it was really just the writing that faltered. So it's just like, it was mid. I don't want to say it's bad, but it was mid.
Yeah, it really was mid.
It left off on a mid note. It didn't start out mid, but it left out off on a mid note.
Isn't it getting like a second season?
Yeah. Well, it kind of has to.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely
All right.
they can't. Yeah.
All
But
right.
maybe they'll drop the whole like silky thing.
Please, I just give
I-
Loki a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Literally just give him
Or
a
if they can't handle that, just like don't do anything at all, because like don't screw it up. Like, you know?
Either give him a boyfriend or give him nothing.
Yeah. Like,
You know, make him the first Arrow Ace character.
dude, you did not just say that.
I did. Either give him a boyfriend or give him nothing.
Did you say the first Arrow Ace character?
In Marvel. Canonically.
Oh, because I was gonna say Yelena.
Well, is it canon? Is it like canon?
Okay, I guess not like in the MCU, but it should be. They should respect that from the comics. I mean, the likelihood of that actually happening is so low. Like I've just given up hope on any representation at this point. So
There's a lot of actually like shows and stuff that have good Arrow Ace.
well, yeah, but I don't care about that. Like Marvel is what I care about. Like
Alright, I'll dig something up for you.
no, it's fine. No, I no, I like
You know what this
it's
reminded
fine.
me of? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna send you pictures.
Okay. Are you gonna send me pictures of BoJack Horseman? Because I know there's a character in there that is.
Yeah, Todd. I love Todd. He's asexual.
Yeah.
No, so you know Her Universe?
Oh, yeah.
They put out a Doctor Strange collection and it looks so bad.
Oh, that is. Oh, it's like that is not the picture that you just sent.
No, I'm about to send it into our chat.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Is it send?
It's it's there it
Oh,
goes.
okay. It's loading.
Look at that.
Oh. Cosplay dress. Why didn't they just
It's just I like the concept of subtle like Marvel merch.
I'm sorry, but that looks like Lilo and Stitch.
I know.
Hey, I was like, what the
I like low key merch a lot because it's low key, but like the people who know. But that
no.
looks like I don't even know how to describe it. It's bad.
No. I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah. Provide a visual. It's I expected better from forgot her name.
Her Universe.
It's the woman who voice acts Ahsoka?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's her clothing line.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, she made Her Universe, so that's why they have like a lot of Ahsoka stuff.
Oh. It is okay, it's
But
owned
that's
by Hot Topic. Okay.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. But I
Fashion
saw
for
things on Instagram this
fangirls.
morning and I
I
was like,
did not know that was the tagline. The
we are
Her
getting
fashion oh, the Her Universe fashion show.
there's a fashion show?
Wow.
Oh. Okay, their Batman collection is actually kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie.
We do want to get to our segment. We've kind of figured out segments. We're gonna do like Spidey thoughts once a month because just to like build up hot takes so it like takes up more time. But
Oh yeah.
we'll try to do fan fiction writers anonymous every week, which is
Yep.
this
I
week.
I have a I have a fan fiction picked out for us.
Yeah. So I think with our remaining like, 10 or so minutes, we can take up the time to read some questionable fan
Um,
fiction. Adult
and
content?
there's adult content in there.
Well, I mean, it says this work could have adult content, so I'm
Oh,
assuming.
well, that's. I don't think it has like NSFW.
Well, I mean, AO3 tags are kind of cursed, so I wouldn't.
Well, I skimmed through it and it's not really. It does. I don't think it has anything.
Okay. No, I was just making sure. Okay.
All right.
Um, so
Let let
Sophia, like
let's
always,
set the mood.
introduce this fic.
Welcome to Fanfic Writers Anonymous, the segment where I find questions in fanfiction and I read it to you guys today. Today's fanfiction is brought to you by Archive of Our Own AO3, and the
Yay.
title is the Bat Word Fic.
Oh.
Rating, not rated. Archive warnings. Creator chose not to use archive warnings. Category, M/M. We're getting inclusive. Fandoms: Twilight, The Batman, Batman/ all media types. Relationship: Edward Cullen, ex Batman, aka Bruce Wayne. Are we ready for the tags?
Go for it.
Fluff, angst, hurt/comfort, first kiss, rooftop, rain, weather change because
Oh.
of love, funny, crack treated seriously,
What?
depressed Batman, hurt Bruce Wayne.
Wait, wait a second. I want to unpack that. Crack treated seriously. I have
Do you know what that?
never seen that.
Do you know what a crack fic is?
No, I definitely know what a crack fic is.
Okay, so it's basically a crack fic, but it's treated seriously.
Oh,
So
there's some. I think you got some for the next few weeks in this tag alone.
yeah, I'm trying to find a Walter White fan fiction for next week.
Yeah, because we definitely gotta like switch it up. We can't always have
Oh
Batman.
yeah, it can't always be Batman. This was just the one that I had prepared.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna.
let's get into it. Do you want to read the summary?
All right, summary. After 8 long years, two lost souls reunite. One is vengeance, the other is a vampire. How will they get along? How will they be able to find happiness? Okay, Evangeline, do you want to be Bruce Wayne or Edward Cullen?
I'll be Bruce.
All right,
I
I'll
mean,
be I'll
unless
be
you feel strongly about it.
No, I don't feel strongly about it. Why would I feel
Okay.
strongly about it?
Well, I don't know. You're a hardcore Robert Pattinson fan. Maybe like
They're both Robert
you have a
Pattinson.
main. I'm a
You
I'm a Bruce Wayne main. I
have a main?
yeah.
All right. I'll start off. Do you want to do the alternating paragraphs narrator, or should I just be the narrator?
No, we can alternate paragraphs.
All right.
There's a lot. I mean, this is like 1,857 words. This
It's a
author
good
put in the time. Let's share this
perfect.
masterpiece as this author states it
I would just
is.
like to again preface this. If you find this fan fiction, please do not harass the author. We are not saying the author's name, obviously. But if
Yeah.
you find this fan fiction, please do not harass them. This is all lighthearted and in good fun. Anyways, let's start.
Okay.
Open scene.
Action.
It was a rainy day in Gotham City. Not an unusual occurrence in this shithole of a place. Bruce wasn't going to complain. He loved the rain. Or better to say, he loved a good opportunity to lurk in the shadows, waiting for the well known sign to appear in the sky. But today, it just wasn't about that.
He hated to admit it. Jesus Christ, I'm already screwing this up. He hated to admit it, but he was looking forward to this day for quite a while, maybe even feeling excited about it. Feelings usually weren't his thing. He found himself thinking he was too broken to care, let alone love. Being around people just never felt right. Well, almost never.
There was one person that made him feel something years ago. Even a smile appeared on his usually gloomy face that day. His name was Edward.
It was. God. It will
Go
be
ahead.
exactly 8 years next Monday since he last saw him. Bruce hadn't thought about him often, but when he did, he regretted never reaching out after that horrible day. Not to go into too much detail, but things exploded. People screamed, cried. Edward's wife died. Damn, rip Bella. Isn't wait, that's Kristen Stewart's character, right?
Didn't Edward marry? Wait, no, didn't she? Wait,
Oh, he
who did
married
Bella?
her.
Wait, they're married, right? Like in the
Yeah.
movies.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And she had like an ugly wedding dress. Yeah, that's why I remember it.
So in this cinematic universe, Bella died.
Okay. Dead wife trope, I guess. Walt Disney who? Um all right. Edward's wife died and all that typical stuff. Yeah, just regular day my wife died.
Yeah.
When he thinks about it, maybe it wasn't even that horrible after all. He had seen worse.
They parted their ways after that. But those 35 hours they spent together trying to find the person responsible for murders happening around the city was the most fun they had in years, or maybe even ever. Damn, that's a long sentence. Unfortunately, he was sure he would never see him again.
So imagine his surprise when he woke up a few days ago and opened his phone to very unexpected text.
Unknown number. Meet me at the rooftop this Saturday at 11 p.m. It's supposed to be raining. I prefer traveling on rainy days. Yours sincerely, Edward Cullen. Your building's rooftop, and are you familiar with any places where you can buy animal blood in Gotham? Yours sincerely, Edward Cullen.
Bruce's heart stopped. The last thing he expected was a message from Edward Cullen.
So there he was, waiting on his rooftop to see a man he never expected to see again. A man that fascinated him more than any other. Except he wasn't a man. He was a vampire.
Dun, dun, dun. He was late.
Bruce was already soaked. The rain managed to get into his very uncomfortable, metal sounding shoes, and it was awful. He was standing on that roof for 30 minutes already. Maybe he forgot. It's hard to believe someone who can run abnormally fast is capable of being late.
All right, psych. No fanfiction writers anonymous this week because, surprise, surprise, my audio screwed up. So, yeah. So it's gonna go right to the end of the episode. So thank you in advance for listening so far. Yeah. To not drag this episode on any longer, this is a pretty lengthy episode. I didn't even mean for it to be this long, but here we are. Uh,
Here we are.
so yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. I think we should be good to go and not have too many more
Yep.
breaks. So yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for listening.
Unless my laptop gives out on me and then you'll never see me again.
Yeah.
But other than that, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We really appreciate it.
We really do.
And
And
we'll see you next time.
yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.